What is going on, my friends? Cubs fan Han back again for a Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video, and we are bringing back the anti-meta. This was one of my most popular videos, and you guys were begging me for another episode of the anti-meta. And so, my friends, I am happy to bring that to you today. And I'm not just happy to bring you the anti-meta. We've got a special guest on the channel today. You probably know him. His name is MobileGamer. What's going on, MobileGamer?
What's up, Cubpon?
I think, is it Cubs Fawn Han now?
Cubs Fawn. Yep.
Gosh. I was watching this video where MobileGamer was talking about me. He called me Cubs Fawn. I'm not sure what that is.
I butcher the English language always. It's my first language, and that's the reason why.
All right, so the way that we're gonna do this is we've got 5 teams for you today, and we're gonna kind of talk through all 5 of these teams. And a big fat disclaimer that we need to put up at the beginning is not all of these teams are necessarily going to be practical teams to farm. We don't necessarily endorse these. Some of them we will. But just something to keep in mind is that if you're using an anti-meta team, some of them aren't going to be doing very good on defense. Some of them are going to be kind of gimmicky and less logical. So that's something just to keep in mind. But team number 1 that we have here is the Empire. This is by my buddy Less Pop More Fizz, and this is the team. When I did the first anti-meta video, everybody was like, "Where's the Empire? Where's the Empire?" I think this is kind of the go-to anti-meta team, isn't it?
Yeah, this is actually, out of all the teams on this list, this is my favorite for a couple of reasons. I mean, the Stormtrooper and Death Trooper together are so tanky. And so if you're lacking on DPS, they'll actually hold up on defense because they just have such a huge health pool. It gets really big. Death Trooper is an excellent win condition. Thrawn is amazing in every team, right? And even if this is not the best defensive team, it can win in the arena. Like he claims he gets #1. I could see this team getting #1 very easily. But the practicality of this team with dark side territory battles is huge because I don't know about you, but when I went into dark side territory battles, I was like, wow, my dark side is severely undergeared, underprepared, and this team here will never be. I still feel
that way.
Yeah, this team here will never be wasted. And these 5 heroes, Stormtrooper, Short Trooper, Thrawn, Krennic and Death Trooper, taking those to gear 12, I don't think anybody's going to regret any of those 5 heroes gearing them all the way. It just is a great team.
The only a disclaimer that Less Pop More Fizz, my friend who's running this, and a lot of you who I've talked to who run this team, he's not the only one, is that it does tend to struggle a bit against the Rey Jedi training teams.
Right. And
something that he was telling me, just some attack strategy tips if you're attacking those Rey teams, is to basically wait out R2's stealth when without fracturing in order to get fracture on Rey and then kill her before Illuminated Destiny goes off, and that seems to be the trick. And some of them are also throwing in, if you've got Imperial Probe Droid, he tends to be a really great character to sub in, either for Stormtrooper or Director Krennic is usually what the kind of consensus is on that. And that tends to help solve the Rey issue. In fact, Less Pop More Fizz was saying, but just put Imperial Probe Droid in and then hit auto, and the issue is solved. So.
Yeah, Imperial Probe Droid absolutely just destroys Jedi training Rey teams. I mean, it's just a natural fit. Imperial Probe Droid, not a lot of people have Imperial Probe Droid yet, but I think Imperial Probe Droid is going to be a great character. Just having an ability to dispel that entire other team. The target lock is buff immunity, and then maybe you'll trade, a character by exploding. It's Imperial Probe Droid's amazing. Right.
So there you go. There's the Empire team number 1, and I guess something I want to go over for each team. Do you recommend this team, MobileGamer? If somebody's watching this thing and they want to farm it, do you recommend it?
Yeah, I actually wouldn't have any problem recommending this team to anyone because of the practicality and the dark side territory battles. I think with all of these teams, being that they're anti-meta, you might be kind of hitting your head on the wall a little bit with all of them. I mean, it's just the truth, right? But this team seems fairly practical. I mean, I need all 5 of those heroes to go up as high as possible right now, and I don't see the downside to that at all.
All right, team number 2. And this is probably the most gimmicky team we've got. This is Teebo, Pathfinder, Asajj Ventress, Zombie, and R2-D2.
Right.
This is my buddy Starkiller 1. And he actually has a pretty deep roster, and he ran this team just to see if it could work. He had some theory craft going on with it, with the stealth and the revive with Pathfinder and that kind of thing. And I'm just going to say right out the gate,
right,
I don't think either of us are going to recommend this team to you guys.
Well, this team made me smile when I watched the video and I see this. I got to give the guy credit for putting this together, for creativity. This comes in the category of cute and creative.
This team is cute.
Cute. You know, it's a cute idea, right? I mean, it's just like, oh, this is funny. I mean, this is something that you want to do. Boy, there's just so much going on with this team. Pathfinder was like a hero that I remember when it came out, I was like, oh, this is going to be broken. And it never really got like a full exploit, you know, with the revives, as long as there's a positive status effect on there. But between the Pathfinder and the zombie, you know, fueling Asajj, and R2 and Teebo keeping everybody's stealth, it's actually a pretty good strategy. It's funny, it's cute, but of course, you know, if Asajj goes down, the whole thing falls apart. I mean, that's basically the only win condition.
Yeah, Asajj is going to... If Asajj dies, this team is done. You want to keep a buff on Pathfinder as much as possible so that if he dies, he comes back. But if you don't and he dies, then that could really screw things up. There's a lot that could really go wrong with this team. But ultimately, when I first saw this team, I thought... Teebo is beating Commander Luke Skywalker.
Yes.
I'm watching Teebo in the arena with Scarif Rebel Pathfinder beating Commander Luke Skywalker teams. That's crazy.
Well, Teebo's leadership ability is actually not horrible. I mean, it was actually works with, it's like kind of like a Boba Fett leadership. That's a pretty good leadership also. It works on many different teams. It's not faction specific, and you know, it gives a chance at turn meter, a chance at stealth. And back in the day, Teebo was actually a solid character, and a lot of people already have Teebo developed. If you're going back to way back to Rancor days when, you know, we didn't have these one-man teams that could wipe out the Rancor, Teebo was very important at one point.
Yeah, he used to be the leader for the Rancor.
Yep, absolutely.
100%. And so I think this team, a lot of these characters now, I'm not sure. I think Asajj, Zombie, and R2 are definitely going to be characters that you want to farm.
Right.
Teebo is somebody you probably have already, but I'm not convinced that if you don't have them, if I would be too happy about recommending farming Teebo and Pathfinder right now.
No, I wouldn't recommend this team to someone going out and making, unless you're a whale, and this is more of a novelty idea right here.
Probably not the best recommended team, but still cute.
Cute.
It's cute. All right, team number 3, and this is from Rumple, and he's got a YouTube channel. Go ahead and check him out. But Rumple is running Sith in the arena, and he's actually got about 20 different variances of Sith teams that I've seen him run. The team I'm showing you here is with Zeta Maul, Sith Assassin, Kylo Ren Unmasked, Palpatine, and Grand Master Yoda.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really know what to make of this team, and I kind of like what I've watched the video, and I see it working, and I can't disagree with the video, but I'm just gonna put this out here. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, I'll take his word for it that it works. It just seems really bizarre to have Unmasked with the Grandmaster Yoda on a Sith team when, you know, you could run all Sith or something else. I don't know. I have to take his word for it, actually.
Yeah, and a couple quick notes about it. I mean, I'm throwing the speed stats up here for all of you to see on the screen, but this, you probably noticed on this one in particular, the speed mods on this aren't crazy, and a lot of that is because Sith Assassin can really control the turn meter, and so I think you can get away with it. But the logic I'm personally seeing in it is it's a very stun heavy team. You've got a stun mechanic with Kylo Ren Unmasked, Sith Assassin can stun with Electrocute, Palpatine can do his mass stun, and Yoda can do a stun on his special ability once the target is below 100% health. So he kind of pairs with Sith Assassin in that way. So a big strategy that he will run is by stunning as many people as possible to slow this team as much as possible, keep Illuminated Destiny from going up, because this works very well against gray Jedi training teams, and that's kind of the way that he is able to make the team work. But yeah, I mean, really interesting to see these characters together.
Yeah, and these characters are not horrible. I mean, I'm seeing the importance of Sith right now quite a bit for two reasons. Darth Maul-led teams are very good in territory wars. We're seeing a lot of, you know, Sith walls in territory wars. That's very important nowadays. And then also, you know, there's this whole rumor about Sith going to be needed sometime in the future, or, you know, for some sort of special event, you know, Revan rumors and the such. So a lot of people are...
Revan? What?
Yeah, nobody knows. Yeah, who knows? But enough of that subject. Yeah, but people are going out and getting the Sith, you know, Sith Assassin and Sith Trooper anyways, just in the case that the rumors are right. I don't know. But the Yoda thing is interesting. That's the one part of this is it kind of makes it kind of like really cool that they're putting, you know, the Grandmaster Yoda on a non-Jedi team and it's working. I just think that's an amazing idea. Yeah, so for this team right here, I think this is just personal preference. You know, this is not a team that I would recommend or look into. But if you're sprung on Sith and creative ideas, I could see someone getting into this. But this just isn't something that interests me necessarily.
Yeah, it's not super practical. I wouldn't endorse it from that standpoint. I always endorse running what you love.
Right.
And in this case, Rumpel, he loves Sith.
Yeah.
You got to listen to his videos, the way he talks about Sith. He's just like, this is what we're doing. We are running Sith no matter what. Or a couple, you know, a couple spice characters like Yoda in there. So I do recommend having fun. I don't know if I recommend this team to have fun with. All right, team number 4, we've got Droids, and there's going to be a lot of more meta characters in this, or at least a lot of harder to get characters. So this is going to be more of a wailed out team, in my opinion. But this is HK-47, Imperial Probe Droid, BB-8, R2-D2, and Chopper. I actually really like this team. This is my buddy Strike Bomb, and he's having a lot of success with this team. It actually looks pretty solid.
Yeah, I actually really like this team. I don't know if it's just me, but droids have a special place. HK's leadership ability on droids is just absolutely amazing with the turn meter advantage, and you know, when there's a crit, they can go, and they might be more viable now than they ever been, because Commander Luke was kind of like, you know, with the counterattacks and everything like that, it was really hard to get around teams with critical. I mean, Zeta Barris was everywhere, and now that Zeta Barris is going away, that, you know, and it just seems like things are changing a little bit, in where a team like this could come in. Now, most of the heroes in this game, in this team, are actually fairly practical. Imperial Probe Droid, a lot of people don't have, but I think that's going to be a very good hero going forward. And, you know, if people are working towards that, BB-8 and R2-D2 are, you know, top 10 heroes in the game right now. No-brainer. Especially R2-D2 is like a no-brainer. HK-47, I think just most people already have HK-47, so there's like no risk in that. And then Chopper is also very important for Phoenix teams, and a lot of people have Chopper already upgraded because they're trying to get him as high as possible for the light side territory battle. So this is absolutely fun. I love this.
Yeah, I love seeing it too. I think the droids are really cool to see, especially HK-47. There's a lot of droid synergy here, that especially like BB-8's kit and even R2-D2's kit has, that you never really take advantage of. You never really see that you get to enjoy when you run the full droids. And I don't know how many people realize how good Chopper is.
Chopper's good.
Chopper's actually a pretty freaking good hero.
Yeah, this team, all the characters are pretty much standalone. HK-47 is kind of dead weight. You know, he's just like a good leader, right? But
yeah,
he doesn't do any damage. His ability is okay. He's kind of slow. But the other 4 kind of stand alone, you know, and then they have synergy with each other, which is very nice. I mean, there's so many different synergies with R2 and the BB-8 and droid combos, and then Chopper, you know, with the extra basic attacks and reducing cooldowns, and then being a taunt and a tank, and BB-8 gets the taunt ability if there's all droids on the team. So there's a ton of stuff. It's almost like we need a replacement for HK-47 to have some really awesome droid team. If we had a strong standalone droid with a really good leadership ability, I think droids could totally come back altogether.
How about a GG Zeta rework? Give him a Zeta ability, give him lots of synergy with droids.
I know there's a lot of people lobbying for that.
All right, our last team here is the Phoenix Squad. And I am actually a little bit surprised that we don't see more Phoenix Squad, because this is a go-to team for territory wars on defense.
Right.
And so it has a very solid survivability mechanic to it. They've got some really, out of all of the squads, the amount of synergy you have with Phoenix Squad is impressive. Right. It's everywhere. It's like hard to keep track of all of the synergy because it's so ingrained into them that you really have to run them with Phoenix Squad, except for maybe Ezra. Right. But I think this team is awesome. This is my buddy Old Beer 1 Kenobi. Old Beer 1
I love these
Kenobi.
names.
And he's finishing the top of his shard with this. This is an old season shard, December 2015.
That's a really old shard.
He's telling me he drops to 19 at the most.
Wow. This is the most interesting team so far I think we've looked at. Is like, I'm surprised that it works because it does not have Ezra. Phoenix has my blessing for a couple reasons. They have ships, and the ships are good. They're needed in the light side territory battles. I always get territory battles and territory wars mixed up, but the territory battles. Plus, you need these guys for Thrawn. So, to a certain degree, everybody has Phoenix, and Phoenix is not terrible. Now, this is the team right here that I just want to get in and test out and see if it's really as good as this footage is here, because it doesn't have Ezra, which I would have never thought. I mean, Ezra is known to be... Ezra and Chopper are kind of the two that are known to work outside of Phoenix teams.
Right. And I actually kind of like seeing it without Ezra, to be honest.
Yeah,
and I think
really
Nicole
cool.
might be jumping through the screen to punch me for saying that. But Ezra's got a lot of functionality. He's got very high DPS. He's gonna hit really hard, which is really great. But to put Ezra in, you've got to put either Chopper out or Sabine out, in my opinion. I think Zeb, Hera, and Kanan are going to be the no-brainers.
Now, this guy does have pretty amazing mods, and I wonder how much of that has to do with it. It's not too often.
And he's got Zetas. 4 Zetas on this team. He's got Zetas on. I mean, I already showed them on the screen, but we got Hera, Sabine, Zeb, and Kanan all with Zeta abilities.
If I started a new account today, I would go Phoenix. Because it fills so many things.
This is probably the best go-to new players team because of how much you need it for. You need it for Thrawn. You can use it for Palpatine.
Rebels,
it works in the arena, and it's easy to get. Because
territory battles,
they
territory
Thrawn,
wars,
they dump all of these characters
Galactic
into
Wars,
super easy farm places.
Yeah, and they're not hard to get at all. They're everywhere. They're Sabine is really the only one that's kind of hard. The rest of them are pretty easy.
True. All right, guys, that wraps up our second episode of the Anti-Meta. If you have an anti-meta team like this that you want to be shown in the next edition, go ahead, check out my Discord server. Link is down in the description. And I've got an anti-meta channel in there where you can share all of those teams with me to have a chance to be featured in this video. MobileGamer, thank you so much for joining me. Do you have any parting words of wisdom?
I don't know anything about that. I just wanted to publicly apologize for calling you Cub Spawn.
Yeah, see, when you said that, it cut me deep. It cut me deep.
I love you, buddy.
All right, thanks for coming with me, Mobile, and don't ever forget.
For my dead body. Sorry about the mess.